Ooh, ooh.
Welcome to the Scandal Podcast. I am one of your hostesses, Jaha Knight, and I am joined today by Shane B. from DC and Langstan Smith from Chicago. They
What's
wanted me
up?
to introduce them like that, so I did that for them. Y'all. Say hello to the people.
Hello,
Y'all
good
acting
people.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because y'all acting like Katrina and Elde'a last week. Like, you never turned it over to us. I'm like, yes, I
Hey,
did.
hello. Hi,
So
everybody.
what's been going on for you two in the world of non-scandal? Real quick.
Well, as everybody knows, I had a little craziness over the week, just bopping my head, and so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Y'all, we got to pray for Langston. Langston, he just be doing the most. Down and hurt himself. Got me all over here upset.
Had her worried that I wasn't gonna show up tonight.
That's not what I was worried about. See how he tried to do me, y'all? Y'all see that? I was worried about the fact that he hurt himself. But see how he just tried to do me? I'm going to let that pass, though. I'm going to let it slide. Just for now. We're going to get back to it. What about you, Shane? What's been going on for you?
Nah, nothing much. I'm just enjoying the last few weeks of good weather here in DC, and just want to say also to you, Jahad, and to Langston for allowing me to be a part of this podcast tonight. Really excited about
Oh, no problem. You are welcome to be here. So we had a great episode last night, like father, like daughter on Scandal. And let me tell you, Lord have mercy.
it.
Whew, when I watched it, because Shane was even like, you watched it today. What kind of gladiator are you?
Is
I'm
that you? Is that you over there clinking? Is that your earrings
oh,
clinking?
my earrings. Yeah. Y'all like my earrings? Look.
They're
You
they're
could
they're
make little
they're
tailoring later.
lovely. They're lovely, but I'm gonna need you to put them behind your neck because they're doing a lot.
Yo, they're very a la Janet Jackson, circa 1987.
Look, and look, I did this the other day. I was like, dang, I could put my hand through this earring. That's how big all my earrings are that I can wear them on my wrist. But I'm sorry, I
Okay,
will stop moving around. I will be
there you
immobile.
go. There you go.
So yeah, the episode last night was awesome. I thought it was phenomenal. What were y'all's thoughts on last night's episode?
I
And this
mean,
is, whew,
from beginning to end, they just set it off because when previews that it was going to feature Karen, but we just didn't know how.
mm,
And just that, from the time that they found her to the time they got her on the helicopter. I'm sorry, what is a helicator? I don't know, but anyway, I'm just making up words. To the time they got on the helicopter and just blew us away with the Eiffel Tower situation,
mm.
and then it just kept going from there.
Now, what is the Eiffel Tower? Did any of y'all look that up? Because I was
Um,
going
I
to.
already knew.
Oh,
yeah, it's
I want to know what you do in your private life, Shane.
well, it's a okay. Imagine a pyramid, as you know that the Eiffel Tower kind of is.
Okay.
These are the two guys, and this is the
Oh,
girl. So
I don't know how
she completes the triangle. You got it?
to.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All
you
right.
got you
Uh,
got it now.
Shane's like, I don't know what's going on over there, but all right, Shane. I see you. He looks embarrassed. If he could blush, he would be blushing right now. He's like,
Eiffel
I
Tower, man.
understand.
it's funny the way he said, "I already knew."
Yeah. What? You got something to share on the podcast, Shane?
Nah, nah,
All
nah.
right. So how was the episode for you?
Oh, you know what? It was classic scandal. I mean, I gotta tell you, I was pleased. I believe the storyline really tied in really well with the whole overall plot. I was feeling it. I was really good. Good.
Okay. What were the three biggest moments for you all during the episode last night? And if you are watching us live, you can join us by clicking the Q&A app and chiming into the conversation with us here live on the Scandal podcast. Oh, there's an echo. Somebody has an echo, so somebody needs to. We all have headphones on. Yeah. I don't know why we have an echo. I'm sorry, girl.
I don't either. I hear it when I'm talking. I hear it when Shane's talking, but when you're talking, there's no echo.
Oh, well, let me change headphones. But we are live on the Scandal podcast, and you can join us by clicking the Q&A app, or you can join us by tweeting me live at Scandal Podcast. I hope that's better for the echo because I've just changed headphones. Maybe that was me. Maybe it was me.
Let's see. I don't hear an echo anymore.
Okay, then maybe it was me because I had.
Shane, say something.
Something.
There you go. It's gone.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it was me.
Thank
you, Yaya. You're awesome.
It's always Jaha. What's going on?
Last week it wasn't Jaha though. It was the young lady who ended up just taking her headphones off.
Oh no, she had to put them in. That was Elde'a because she was in a restaurant. So
that's right.
Yeah,
she was in a restaurant.
Yeah,
so she was giving us ambient sound.
Yeah. She says she thinks Shane has the problem.
But yeah, this is so much better now. This is so much better.
I love it.
Can you hear it for real, Yaya? Still, I thought it was me because I had these iPhone headphones in, and it has a dual mic. Because I got a mic here and then the mic right here.
Well, now the echo's gone, but it's kind of a hiss now.
Well, god dang nabbit. It ain't me.
No, we're good. I like this.
It sounds good for me. I don't know what it sounded like for Yaya, but Yaya, we don't want you to.
Oh no, she said it worked. She said it worked.
It sounds better now? Okay, good.
Yeah, she said it worked. See, we got our gladiators. They got our back. Love you, Yaya, for that, girl.
Thank you.
Gladiators, this is Shane B from DC, and just want to give you guys some love. Mad love out there.
Now look at him. Like we are some shout out. Like he couldn't say that at the very beginning when he was introduced. He all late. Shane, I need you to wake up and do the podcast with us in a timely manner. All right, so last night's episode, Like Father, Like Daughter, what were the three biggest highlighted moments for you two? And if you are watching us, please join in and tell us what your three moments were as well.
For me, I will have to say this is the scene that I call Too Many Mellies. That was one, and then the other being the Morgans. The Morgans, they were out of control.
Yes, they were.
And then, of course, the penultimate scene with Papa Pope. Those are the three standouts for me. Although there is a fourth, but those three were the sharpest and just most standout for me. But maybe the fourth that I'm talking about will come from one of you two.
Okay, Shane, what were yours?
My number one was when Tom was getting ready to flip, and Rowan walked in like a big dog and just shut it down. Loved it, absolutely loved it. My second one was when Cy read Gabby for filth. It was disgusting.
That was my number 4.
I loved it because Gabby is getting on my nerves right about now. And then my third one, with no disrespect, because everybody knows I love Jake, but when the Secret Service agents walked in to that waiting room and they promptly escorted Jake out of the Oval Office, and grabbed the folders with the information and just walked him out of the Oval, that was just it for me. I was good. I drank my little drinky drink. I was solid. I was like, yes, I'm good right about now. Perfect.
Now, if y'all listened to us last week when we were talking with Elde'a and Katrina, our other gladiators, hello, you know that Shane is actually the guy that was sending all the tweets about how he hated Jake's guts and wanted to see him die a miserable death. So for him to say just now how much he loved Jake was a patently false statement. So
It was full of facetiousness and lies.
It was lies. So my three favorite moments were when they played Prince Controversy at the beginning of the episode.
Yes.
That was hot.
Yes.
I was like, okay, so this is going to be epic because the only man I would ever leave any man I'm ever with for is Prince. I don't care if Prince is 65 years old.
What?
I will leave this man and be like, Prince said that I need to go with him.
Wow.
We are the purple rain and that's in the late
Now do you, Shane? Now do you understand why I encourage her to drink wine?
Great.
Hilarious.
It's all good.
Because, Prince said, he could just do this. And I'll be like, I gotta go. So, yeah, that's how I feel. But, yeah, Controversy was amazing because this whole episode was going to be full of it. It set us up. It made us excited. That was awesome. And then when Fitz snatched away from Olivia, I was like, oh, my God. That wasn't good. And what came after it. And then when he read Melly, just like what you said, when he read Melly, that was a really good moment for me. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a great episode. I felt it in my Shana, y'all. I really did.
I did. It was good.
I felt it. I was like,
But because and you know why I call it too many Mellies, because I've dealt with drunk Melly, I've dealt with bad hygiene. No, what do I call it? No, smelly Melly. That's what when he said smelly Melly.
One for it. I was like,
he said smelly Melly. And then, he took it all the way down to history rewriting Melly. I was just like, as he was saying that, I was just like seeing like these different Barbie versions of Melly. just like Malibu Melly, and all.
I'm surprised he didn't call her Countdown Melly. Remember when she gave him I love that Countdown Melly. Annette says her three biggest moments were when Liv handled Bobby's parents. Yes, girl. Yes, I love it.
Absolutely.
When she read Melly in the OLED scene, she loved it.
Actually, Bobby was a different person. Their son's name was Trip. So,
okay. See, I didn't keep track with all those one character details.
Yeah, Trip was the second guy, right?
Yeah, he was the second guy who actually took the video.
Right.
Although he was also in it, but he took the video and he's the one that had the video, which is why they had to go through his parents with him being a minor and all.
But didn't we all know that they were not going to stop at 2.5 million? Didn't we know that?
I wasn't expecting them to want more, but I also wasn't expecting Melly to even Olivia to even entertain it.
True.
I didn't think Fitz was gonna pay it.
Well, you know why he did, because he was just like, you know what, whatever.
Because
he was upset. He was upset with her, and he was just like, whatever, let's just get it over with.
But Fitz didn't have a choice. He's relying on Olivia to give him guidance. She's the expert in the situation.
Yeah.
So your point, Langstan.
Fitz rules with his penis. He rules with his penis. Olivia said something that pissed him off, and instead of him trying to just fight it, he was just like literally. It was no more.
So
I'm the
the
big
moral
dog.
to the story is don't piss off the penis.
Nope.
That's quite what I said. But
wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. There's an after dark, right? I'm sorry. My bad.
You know what? It's okay, Shay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes I come out of the box too in the middle of the main show. So.
He did. Well,
Gladiators, I apologize. No disrespect intended.
No, it's okay. We already knew where you was coming from when you knew what the pyramid thing was or the Eiffel Tower. Explain it to my novice behind, because I was like, I need to look that up before I get on air. Didn't get a chance to.
But the whole thing for me was I wasn't even thinking about the fact that they would want more money. I was just surprised that Olivia actually let it go. She even entertained the idea of them wanting more money, because I could tell when they first said it, and she's like, "I'm sorry," Like it was like, I know you didn't just say what I
How
thought
dare
you
you?
said.
But you know what?
Right.
But you know what, Langston? I'm gonna stop you right there. I will give her this. Maybe she never really intended on giving them the money in the first place.
No,
Right.
she did. I don't believe that. You know what? I think that somebody said this was classic scandal, but honestly, Olivia would have already covered that angle if this was classic scandal. So it's not classic scandal, not to me, because she usually thinks ahead of what's going to happen. She thinks 3 or 4 steps
Yeah,
ahead.
to me that confrontation happened in the moment because
Yeah.
Olivia lost control in that moment because she snapped. She didn't because normally when Olivia like wants to break somebody down, she does it in a very concise manner. But she snapped, and if you go back and look at it, and you see the moment where she snapped, and then she said, "You know what?" and she pulls back, and then she starts to control it. But they pissed her off. That's why she went there because the check was ready, the documents were ready for them to sign. But what set her off was when the woman said, you know, we figured or even 3 million was good enough, to keep the world from seeing that the president's daughter was. That's
But
what set her off.
how could Olivia Pope not know that 2.5 million was not going to be the end? How could she not know that?
I think she was just,
Exactly.
I think she was just ready. I think she was just ready to get rid of him.
I
Period.
think you giving her
But
too much credit.
no,
I agree with you, Jaha. I do, because I think that Olivia Pope, the fixer, the one from season one, to you all's point earlier, she would have known. Don't pay him the money.
but you know
Yeah.
There is a
what?
no win
But
in that.
but no, no, no. Remember in season one, they came with half the money, and she still was able to convince the people. But when they came out the bag wanting more, and then the fact that she called the girl a slut, that's what set her off.
True.
Because I think she could have, if she wanted to, she could have made them settle for the 2 million. But then she was just, you know what? I'm over it.
But I think
I'm not doing this with you.
the only reason she went off was really because I think when they called the girl a slut, she paralleled
Hmm.
it to herself. Scandal's all about parallels. And when she
Right.
told Fitz in that office that no, she didn't go away from him on her own. She actually went with Jake. That was the same kind of reaction he had. Do you see how he slow looked her up and down like you slut? Like you literally was about to like you just kissed me all in the mouth. You've been sucking on another nigga's sorry.
Ooh.
Oh, oh, oh.
My
I
bad.
take mine back. I was
I
like,
told you.
I
I
take
told
mine
you.
back.
I
You
It,
said
went there.
it happens. It happens. Because last time I just totally said the word straight on out.
I
I
was
wasn't even thinking. It just came on out of my mouth.
all right.
I
So
think this, though. I would say this, Jaha. I think what pissed her off, it wasn't so much the parallel, although I think that's part of it, but I think she realized in the moment that she had made a mistake. She went to the president, told him that he needed to pay that 2.5 million, not
Mhm.
realizing that she should have been thinking ahead, like the 2.5 million is not going to be the end. I think
but
she
Right.
she's so
realized in
emotionally
that moment
involved.
that
Right.
she had made a mistake and she was mad at herself, not so much at those people.
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm going to read some of the comments that we have in from the guest queue. Well, hello, Gladiator in Harlem. Hello.
Hey.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Harlem?
She said her 3 moments were Tom and Rowan sitting on the bench and Tom knowing it was over. He really did. You could tell. Melly grabbing Liv in a moment of insanity. You are absolutely right. Because Liv looked at her like, bitch, if you don't, I think your hand has strayed to my arm by accident.
my
So,
my favorite, right. My favorite meme on that is there's one floating around where they show Olivia looking at that arm like, bitch, this ain't Burlington.
I love that. That's hilarious. And then when she said, and Liv telling Sai to wake up the president because it was about to go down because of his daughter. You were absolutely right. I would have been like, didn't I just tell your ass to wake him up? Wake him up. There's no, I'm not going to talk
Right.
about this. Wake him
Right.
up right now.
Yeah.
Then she went into all the
Yeah,
details.
my favorite was stop talking. She just said, stop talking.
Then shut him down.
Like I am talking. I have something to say. Shut up.
But Sai was on that same nonsense. He was getting his little thing in, so he didn't want to really be involved. He was like, and she was like,
Sai.
no.
Yeah, she's gonna have
No
to help.
Sai.
She's
No
gonna
Sai.
she'll soon have to help him fix that. But
Yeah,
Okay,
but,
Yaya said the way Fitz had Olivia quivering, I think Scandal may have to move back to 10 p.m. This season is too good. See what I don't have to make decisions based on Carrie's pregnancy. You're absolutely right. And
true.
okay, I know. Okay, I want to make sure I get all of the questions that are before this one before I get to these other ones. And then on Twitter, we have Sweet Treats Forever saying that her favorite 3 moments would be Liv and Fitz, Rowan and Tom at the Pentagon, and Cy and Abby. And then Spectin Script says debate. What was there to debate? The answer is hell to the motherfucking yes.
what is she talking about? What's the debate?
I don't know. I think we said something about debate, but y'all know my short-term memory is for crap, and I've been drinking. So
I've been drinking. I'm
just saying. I might surfboard later on. All right. So thank you says, hey y'all. The show keeps building and building subplots. Plots on top of plots. Do you think the loose ends will be tied up this winter, or will we have to wait until spring 2015? What do you all think about that?
Spring 2015.
I mean, but what loose ends are you looking for?
We got threads out of threads on Scandal because we still haven't heard about that dang on thing that they came into play in first or second season with the listening devices and stuff. That hasn't gone anywhere.
They kind of killed that with Shelby. So
no.
That was, I don't think they're gonna. If they bring it back, it'll be because somebody else brings it back around. Because first it came into play with them and took the device, but then remember, Huck tracked him down, tortured him, and turned him over. So that was actually supposed to be the end of it. But then it was brought back around when Shelby came back out, being the person who actually created the software. But then they killed her, and I'm assuming they also took over the software. So B613 has it somewhere at this point.
Yeah.
All right.
Because remember, she was the one that brought it to David, who then brought it to James, and then basically, boom, 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 3 people who knew the secret of this secret software are dead, and the only person living who knew about it was David.
Well, shouts out to Thank You. He is an amazing person. He's always been very supportive of a lot of the activities that I have been a part of. I've been on his show a few times. He has a great podcast of his own. But I honestly believe that, look at you clapping, people. I need to get some clapping hands. But I honestly believe that the only way to keep a fast-paced drama moving at a fast pace is to always have threads that dangle. So you can always grab them and sew them back into the fabric of the story.
Exactly.
But you know what? There are a lot of dangling threads right now.
A lot.
Everybody's talking about, okay, and I'm not hating on Jake, but let's just say, he went away. Like they were like.
You say, let's just say he went away.
Of argument, he went away. People are like, well, if he goes away, then that takes away the love triangle, and it doesn't give Olivia an out. But people still forget. Mama Pope is still simmering in that cell. We know she's coming out.
Right.
Abby is still over there in the White House. She's not going to stay until she gets to the reality of why she's really there. I mean.
Oh, hello. Can we talk about that for a second?
Let's talk.
Oh, my God. That was awesome how Sai just shut her down and was like, bitch, you ain't never going to be Olivia.
Ever.
You ain't never gonna live in her shoes, walk in her shoes, look like a nothing.
How about the fact that she should have got the hint last week when Fitz called her in to have a whiskey and Scotch. That too. That's right, because she's Scottish. So he invites her in to have a Scotch. So she's all excited because he's acknowledged, and she basically made him acknowledge that he's been calling her by the wrong name. He apologizes, blah, blah, blah. But the crux of the reason why he really called you in there, how's Olivia? And the look on her face was like, really,
Okay,
really.
I gotta ask this question. Because I was feeling Abby last week, but this week I don't understand. I get her little thing she's got going on with Olivia. It's childish, but okay, I get it. Why is she mad at Huck and Quinn? Like, what was that about?
I don't think she was mad at them. I think she was just bothered by the fact that they were there representing OPA because, again,
She's no longer a minion.
she's the press secretary, and therefore she should be managing whatever
But
issues that are going on in the White House, and she's being very territorial. It's not about them working for. It is about them working for Liv, but it's not anything against them personally.
okay,
She just feels very territorial about the
uh,
White House at
but
this point.
Elle, let me ask you this, Elle. Okay, I get that, I respect that, but really, she's gonna have Secret Service escort them out of the building. I mean, obviously somebody summoned them there, so
Yeah,
she's gonna pull Trump and have them escorted out of the building. That was a bit extra. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
There's probably going to have to be some flashback situations that are going to have to show us, I guess, what caused. We already know why she's mad at Liv, but why is she mad at everybody else? Why has she cut everybody else off? Because it even seems that even though she and David are talking, I don't think they're actually together anymore.
No, they're not. Because remember
Right.
in the last episode, the first episode, she said that the reason that she and David were not together anymore was
Because he
because
got caught up in the right.
those files or whatever, and he needed to get some power so that he can make some influence on change or whatever it is he's trying to do, be a good guy, wear the white hat or whatever. But those little files are going to come back and haunt Mr. Dave, so, whatever.
Yeah, I think they already had started to haunt him by episode 3, so that's why he, once
A
once Jake
do-over. He wants
once
a do-over.
look once Jake put him in that chokehold, he was like, here's the key.
Didn't everybody's neck get caught up in a chokehold this season? I mean, this
Uh,
episode? Everybody's neck got caught in the choke.
I guess.
Why
People
is it
got choked up.
going around putting people in chokeholds,
I don't
Jake?
know. Jake and Quinn, because Quinn did it too.
Oh, but Quinn is my girl, so I'm good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a good power position for Quinn because it's good to see her not being the little, being
I
pushed
am
being pushed
loving.
around.
But I don't like testosterone driven Quinn. Sorry, y'all. In season 1, Olivia was all in for helping Fitz. This is what Yaya says. She says she's had one foot in and one foot out, so she's making quick decisions just to get rid of or deal with Fitz. And then she says she really likes Jake this episode, him almost snapping David's neck. She agrees Fitz definitely does think with the little head. That's Annette. Annette says Fitz thinks with the little head. Exactly. That's why he reacted the way he did. And it's also, why is Elde'a on? Elde'a, look, why are you in the comments, girl? Stop playing them games and bring your behind on in here if you want to talk.
Elde'a, that's foul. I was
I'm
looking forward to meeting you. That's
not
foul,
reading the
Elde'a.
comments by Elde'a. Come on in here. So I like Elde'a Harris. What? Gladiator in Harlem says, I have to say it, Olivia was about to literally melt out of those clothes. Fitz had her almost at the point of, well, y'all know. He looked like he was about to lose it too. Yikes, these two burned up the screens with no nudity and hardly any kissing at first. Good God. Then Yaya says, Abby was never close to Quinn or Huck. The connection is Liv. Now that her and Liv are on the outs, she really has no
Yeah.
connection to them. She was close to Harris.
Well, actually, that was who she was closest to was Harrison and Olivia. Her and Harrison and Olivia had the history.
Jaha, who said that?
That was, now see, you gonna make me tell a lie. See, why are you trying to put me on a spot like that?
My bad. Whoever said that, that's a really good point.
I'm gonna need y'all to click the Q&A app on the left, you and Langstan, so y'all can also read these along, because y'all are tripping. Like, who said that? Answer this question. Don't be giving me pop quizzes.
No, I just like to, as a person who absolutely loves the podcast, I just want to show a little love to those out there in the virtual universe. So whoever made that suggestion, I think that was love. That was right on point. She never really had a relationship with them, so there's no reason to treat them with any type of decorum. She didn't like them in the first place. Not really.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that was Yaya. Yaya said that. So see, I dug deep while you were doing your response, and I found it.
You found it.
I found it with a T at the end. Annette says that these people already have money, so Liv would not think oh, she's talking about the couple. They already have money, so she didn't think that they would want more. That's a reason why she didn't think 2 or 3 steps ahead. Look, Annette, stop giving Liv a pass. You're giving her a pass, too. I don't believe it. I believe that she needed to think with her thoughts and not with her gut, and that's what those calls to Jake was about, because she was feeling herself slip back into that White House mentality and the Karen thing and being drawn and dragged back in there and seeing fits and overwhelmed and wanting. I think she was slipping back into that, and that's why she kept calling Jake on the phone. So, like, I really make lunch for you and dinner, and, yeah, no. Even Huck was looking at her like, who are you?
He did. I love Huck when he did that. I love it.
Like, what? Dinner? Girl, please. He did like this. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
but you know what, Jaha? I think the reason that Huck gave her that look was because she believes that Olivia has an image of Jake that isn't real. Just like she doesn't have an image of her father that's real, just like she doesn't have an image of Fitz that's real. And I think Huck gave her that look like.
And she actually, he even told her she doesn't even have a real image of him. Remember the monster speech?
That's exactly what I was saying. Or Huck. She doesn't have. Wow, that is so crazy. So Olivia's in the kind
of. He's like, basically, you gave a monster something to love, and it's like.
Right.
Yeah, I can't.
You gave a monster something to love, and you're trying to replace a monster, Fitz, with another monster, Jake.
Right. Right.
How do you feel that Fitz is a monster?
Well, he's only married and had a relationship with an intern and the person that was organizing his campaign. Oh, and by the way, he did kill
390 people, 319 people.
312 people, and that doesn't include the justice that he killed. Right. I mean, he's a monster.
Right.
Look, he just laid that pillow across her face because she had looked like she had needed.
He didn't even lay it. Actually, he did. That's the thing. I always tell people he did not murder Verna. He just gently ushered her to the other side.
The world. He was helping her.
All he did was hold her. He just held her hands.
That's all he did.
He did not smother her.
That's all he did.
He took the mask off. He took the mask off.
No.
Look, Vernon needed some help, and he was just being a good friend.
Okay, now check this out. If I were to take your earphones off, are you deaf?
That's all I'm saying. Langstan got me on that. I'm letting him pop it right there.
That's all I'm saying. If I was to reach into the screen and take your earphones off, you could still hear.
That's exactly. My ears are still there. Verna could have kept breathing.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you all. The vice president. I'm sorry, the Supreme Court justice. How about the 312 people he killed?
You don't know that for sure. He was not there.
Seriously, that's the funny thing though, is that Olivia was shocked at the thought of him having killed Verna, but I don't even think she gave the 300. I don't think she even gave the 319 people like as much weight as she gave Verna, because she's.
Oh, she didn't even give.
She was actually more concerned about the 319th person,
right?
That actually never died, but
right. And in fairness, I mean that was an order versus him going out and on his own.
And he probably actually didn't know what he was doing at the time. Right. He just knew that he had to shoot the plane down.
But look, she didn't even give it as much consideration when he was like, well, I killed your mother. She was like, hey, bitch had to die. Like, she was just like, She
True.
ruined families. She ruined my family. She ruined your family. She ruined us. Now that was a powerful statement. She
Now,
ruined us.
here's it.
Love that.
Did we get this question from Elde'a? That I actually like this question.
Well,
Her,
no, I didn't answer any of LD's questions. So you're disobeying the rules here. I just said
no,
LD needs
but
to
it's a
talk
good, but it's a,
here.
but it's a good question. You
She
can't.
said, I got to start from the bottom because I kind of pressed one of the buttons for LD's question thing. She said,
Okay.
yes, we are. The Jake hate is real. I'll read LD's stuff since Langstan is insistent upon disobeying.
See how I love you, Elde'a.
She said something about put her to sleep. I don't know what that's about. She said, Katrina's going to get me for saying that. I don't know what Katrina's about to get me for, but I hope it's not nothing bad because I won't be drunk next week. She said she just got home. And that's all I see from, she said throwing shade on top of shade. Love silence for that.
Really? That's all you see?
Look, we can't jump over other people.
Okay, maybe that's not her then. I'm sorry. It's actually Kamara Harrington.
We're getting there. Langstan Burnham assisted suicide. Fitz let her out of her misery. You talking to Shane there, Annette, because Shane is the one that's not convinced as me and Langstan that was
okay. And I'm just gonna have to say this, Annette. My name is right there on the thing.
He wants you to spell his name correctly. How petty is that, Annette?
Please spell my name right. And also say it right. It's Langston, not Langton. I'm sorry.
Annette,
no.
Langston's being petty. He's being petty.
But I'm just saying, if you're actually
He's being Abby right now. He's being Abby.
I know, right?
Do not Gabby me. Do not Gabby me.
Red. I don't even have a real name. He just calls her a color.
Right.
Kamara Harrington says, is Fitz going to blame Olivia for the fact that he thinks Jake killed his son? When Ola got together, the air in my office was too thick. I couldn't breathe myself. Yes, girl, it was. I was just like, they gonna kiss? Kiss him. Kiss him, Livy.
Oh, okay. I want to say something about that. I didn't want her to kiss him. I'm sick of her.
Yeah, I actually didn't either.
I
wanted her to kiss him.
That was the scene. I think that was one of the questions, like what would you have changed, or what scene could you have done without, or whatever. Mm-hmm. I did not want her to kiss Fitz. They could have drawn that out a little longer, because I mean, really, it's been 3 episodes, and she was just with Jake the Snake. I mean, just let that play out a little bit, because I'm really over her being so weak and quivering, and her about to cry and all of that. Just, I didn't want her kissing the dude.
Let me tell you something. We already had this conversation about Olivia being a weak woman. She is not a weak woman. I don't think I had it with you, but I'm just saying to you, Olivia is not a weak woman. Olivia is just a regular ass woman. I think y'all imbued her with all these superhuman superpowers that she does not have. And
Shane, just put your head down. Shane, just put your head down. Don't look into the camera.
Let me tell you about Olivia.
Let me tell you. Don't even do her like that. She's a regular woman, and y'all have given her so many powers of superhuman strength that she does not possess, and now y'all mad. It's your fault. Don't be mad at her. That's you. You thought she had all the powers. She didn't have those. Y'all gave it to her. So now I don't want to hear it. Now, I'm going to read what Gladiator in Harlem said, because y'all are tripping on this podcast. She said, yeah, Jaha, when Fitz snatched his arm away from Liv, I jumped back. Like, what? He was too done. I'm just reading it with some attitude, because I have a little bit of attitude right now.
I told you not to look into the camera.
You are really Team Olivia?
I am Team Olivia, because she's the average woman. Y'all are just giving her. No. Let me finish. Because, look, I'm sorry. You're a guest.
I told you not to look into the camera.
I'm just saying, y'all are giving her too many superhuman powers. She's a regular woman. She has it all together in some areas. She doesn't have it figured out in some areas. She's sleeping with Jake to get a feeling that she's not getting. She's trying to feel something. All this crazy, chaotic stuff is going on around this woman. Your mama came back from the damn dead. Hello. Your daddy is a goddamn monster. Hello. And guess what? Your mom just killed a boy. Yeah. And not only just any boy, the president's son, and not only the president's son, but your lover's son. That's a problem. So this woman is just trying to cope. let her have some damn slack. Can you give her some slack? She's not going to be perfect. She ain't never going to be perfect. I don't want to hear she's a weak woman. She's a weak woman. No, she's a normal woman who just wants love from the man she loves, who is actually married to somebody else. She's in a conflict. So give her that. It doesn't make her weak. It just makes her a woman in love. Now, Kamara says, regardless, if Fitz is a monster, and I'm not saying that he is, Fitz is Liz's monster, and she does know him better than anyone. Remember the end of last season, Fitz wanted to go to Ohio and was very upset that Liv knew it was the anniversary of his father's death. Yaya said, preach, Yaya. Thank you, Yaya, girl, because he was getting on my last.
Yaya, whatever, Yaya. You ain't loyal. You ain't loyal, Yaya. You ain't loyal.
Yaya is loyal. Yaya is loyal.
But you know, yeah, but to Jaha's point, you know, it's like the point is like, you know, as much as people try to say that, you know, Liv is weak and that, you know, the things that she does aren't real, we know good and well that there are women out there, there are even men out there who are, you know, who give in to temptation, who give in to, you know, we're not perfect, and it's like it's so funny that people expect that this fictional character should be perfect when you aren't perfect.
Langstan and Jaha. Okay, listen, this is what I want to say. I accept that Olivia is not perfect. We know she's not perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jaha, what are you doing?
Oh, why are you in my business? I'm sorry, I am a mother, and my child is derived from home, so I apologize. Go ahead.
Okay. I think
the focus is on you.
The thing that those of us who really want to root for Olivia, it's not that she be a super exceptional, but that she just shows a little restraint. I mean, seriously, all he had to do was just pull her in, and all of a sudden her tongue is down his throat. I mean, just back off just a little bit. Walk away until next week. She walk away until next week.
She did. She shut it down, though.
Let me tell you something.
She didn't accidentally tell him that she went away with Jake. She told him purposely, because if you look back at the scene, you know, he was getting there. He had her, and she said no. And so then he just kept pushing forward, and she said, you know what? Let me just tell you this.
I got my finger up like the people in church when you gotta, you know.
She got her church finger up.
Let me tell you, this is episode 4. She didn't give in on episode 1. She didn't touch that hand when she walked past them. She didn't give in on episode 2. She didn't give in on episode 3. This is episode 4. You want her to walk away till next week. She's been walking away for 3 episodes. It's episode 4. Now, if he
she walked away for 3 months.
And exactly. And she was having sex with another man for 3 months. So let me say that she has been restraining herself. And I don't believe that she didn't, that she told him to kind of put a barrier between them. I think she told him because they had a policy of being honest with each other. Remember, they were talking about how they have to now be honest with each other. She wanted to tell him the truth. She lied to him.
Yeah, because she did.
She wanted to tell him the truth. So I don't believe that she did that for that. But my whole thing is she is going to be herself. Let her tell him, and she can quiver as much as she wants. Why not? He makes her quiver. You should be so happy to have a woman make you quiver. A man make you quiver as a woman. You know what I'm saying? You want a man that makes you quiver. That's why people tune in, because they may complain about old Lake and all this other stuff. Jake doesn't make her quiver.
Okay, Jaha Langstan, and I want to put this out. Quiver. I want to put this out to the whole Scandal Podcast universe. Let's be honest. When they played that music that had us for season 1, season 2, and season 3, let's be honest.
Did we have
that same feeling in this episode, or did we all do this? I want to hear from you. Hey, I want to hear from Sky Pass Universe. Did you guys feel it? Because I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all.
Some of the oldest, the diehard oldest felt it. And we about we ain't even answer half the questions on this podcast. Look, we about to wrap
Jaha,
I can't play with y'all. I got stuff to do now. Y'all And it says, thank you for enlightening these guys. Love your rant. And Coffee Light and Sweet, which is Harlem, a Gladiator in Harlem, says, "See, I can now see that the After Dark podcast will be epic tonight." Yaya said, "Exactly, Jaha. What show is Shane watching?" Yes, girl. Then Ed says, "Langstan, I'm sorry, she was typing very fast, so that's why she misspelled your name and such." Renee,
Thank you, Annette.
Jaha,
I was just joking.
Renee Deborah says, "Jaha, I'm sitting here in shock listening to you defend Olivia. I don't recall that you always felt this way about her. You are always Team Nelly, big time." Yes, you're absolutely right, Renee Deborah. I've always felt this way about Olivia, but I have always been Team Nelly as well. I've never taken a side. I've never taken a side between Melly and Olivia. I've just, from episode to episode, empathize more with one or the other. It's never me saying, "Oh, I'm Team Melly and I hate Olivia." I've never felt that way. And then Elde'a says, "Yes, thank you." Elde'a, I'm not talking to you no more because you could have been here. You got me reading up comments like I'm some.
All you got to do is click the link, Elde'a. Come on
in. Caption screen. She said something about how about Fitz not trying to go there with her after, I guess when he snatched his arm away. And then Gladiator in Harlem says, "Rowan Pope is everything. He can only be handled by one person. Yep, Mama Pope. I can't wait till Maya comes back to check him." Maya is in collusion with Rowan, so I don't believe that she's going to come back and check him.
She was in collusion with him to get her daughter out of that situation.
True. That's
but
true.
I think if she had the opportunity to off him and get rid of him, she wouldn't spare him the same way that he spared her.
I think she killed old boy or let old boy get killed just so Rowan wouldn't have anything to use against her anymore. If you think about that, the guy that she like.
And I honestly think she let him die because he didn't come to find her. He left her in there. Go ahead.
Oh, Kamar says every woman wants that one true love, that soulmate that makes her weak in the knees. A man that with. I see there was a reason he I'm just going to say that. Every woman wants one true love that makes her weak in the knees. A man that one touch can set you on fire. They love each other to the point of desperation. That's what Fitz and Liv have. Preach, Jaha. Thank you, Kamara. And I totally agree. So yeah, we have some comments on Twitter, so let me just make those comments really quickly before we answer the rest of the questions in a quick fire manner so we can get up off the podcast. The answer to the question of when she said something about when Specs and Scripts said the debate was me asking was last night's classic scandal that was up for debate, and she said of course it was. I read that earlier, so I wanted to clarify that question. So what were your moments of...
Elde'a, hello.
Hey!
Oh,
there she is. There she is. That's Elde'a. Welcome home, Elde'a.
Wow.
It's like, oh, you want to talk trash? Y'all see how she came in the comments like,
oh,
you have something to say, girl? How are you?
Good.
All right. So, what did you have to say? I wanted to ask about this question. What were your wow moments? Because I didn't ask that. I had a few wow moments this episode that weren't in the normal questions of what we have to ask. What were your wow moments? And I'll let y'all talk amongst yourselves. Go ahead.
Elde'a.
My wow moments were, obviously it was Cyrus throwing shade at Abby. That was like a big one for me because I felt like she needed to be put in her place. It was a long time coming. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. After last week, I'm like, I don't know now. But no, I felt like that was a long time coming. So I really love that scene. I actually love the scene with Millie and Olivia. It was really short, but I was surprised because when I saw that on the preview, I was like, she's really not running down the hall of the White House, A, dressed like that, and B, yelling, Olivia! And sure enough, it actually happened. And then it was just that moment where Liv was like, I think you should talk to your husband. And it was just like that eye contact where they both were like, we're not going to go here. We're not going to do this. Like, you need to go talk to Fitz. I really appreciated that. I love the fact that Melly didn't do what she normally did. She did tell her to get out of her house, but she didn't start with the whole, you whore, blah, blah, blah. It was just like, okay, I'm going to go talk to Fitz. And she went directly to Fitz and was like, "You said you would tell me." And he's like, "Oh man, really?" Like he just had that look on his face, like, "Really?" Like, I really got to go here. And then my third one, I really didn't. The one scene I could have done without, it was one of my standout scenes, but the David and Jake scene, that came off as really fake to me. Like when he threw him down on the desk, I was like, okay, Jake, you're still not badass. Like, no matter how much they try to make you be badass, I'm still like not feeling. And even David laying on the desk was like, "Are we done yet?" It was like one of those scenes where he's like, "Am I done yet? Are we done yet? Can I get up?
Are you done threatening me? Are you done threatening?" But you know what was funny was in the clip it looked like he was attacking him in a car. So maybe they switched that scene or whatever, because it looked like it was a little bit more. It looked more violent in the preview. But was that your? Did you already get your third?
Yeah, those were my three.
Okay, it's like they could have. That was a scene. That was actually a scene they probably could have left out. But I have to say that overall, this episode just like set a fire back into it, because people were talking about how slow it was going early, in the first 3 episodes or whatever, but still it set the stage, and now it feels like the train is pulling out of the station and it's about to go wild. So what else do you have to say, Shane? Shane?
Hello? Oh.
Did we lose you?
No, he's there. I see him.
Yeah, I see him, but there's no sound.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Hold on a second. Can we? No, we can't unmute. Are you back?
Jaha's not back yet. No.
Well, she's about to come back.
Yeah.
Come on back in, Jaha. Are you there?
Let's see if there's any.
I'm here.
questions.
So
Okay.
y'all told me just muted me and just.
No, I was like,
No,
I was
but
gonna go through the comments.
now all of a sudden we've lost sound on Shane. All of a sudden.
Oh, now see, that's Shane's fault.
Okay.
Shane was talking too much junk. The gladiators probably put him on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna read through some of the comments really quick, if that's okay.
Yeah,
So, okay. So it says Yaya says Huck shuts Shane down. LOL. Coffee lights. Yay, Althea made it. Hi, y'all. And then Yaya also said, "Do you guys think that after Millie being called smelly and the daughter asking it if she was okay, we will now see the old combed-haired Millie in the next episode?" And then she says, my wow moments were Fitz reading Millie and Tom naming Jake as the one that gave the order to kill Fitz's son Jerry.
No, honestly, I think when Fitz said that to her, I think that kind of shocked her a little bit. And then when the daughter said, "Are you okay?" then that just kind of brought her back into herself. If y'all could tell, do you think that happened?
Yeah, I think that happened. I want to comment on the Fitz and Melly scene, though, because here's the problem. Okay, here's the problem I have with it. I know a lot of people were like, finally, someone's going to tell her, you need to snap out of this. We understand. This is what happened. He was like, I've had to deal with this Melly, and I've had to deal with that Melly, and this Melly, and I've never once complained. And I'm like, shut up, because you're a lying bastard. All you've ever done is complain about your wife and how she's this and how she's that and how, you're with her for X, Y, and Z reason. I was like, that's all you've done is complain about your marriage, Fitz. Don't say that you haven't complained. So I had a bit of a problem with that scene. What did you guys think about that?
No, I actually disagree with that, because he was talking about the current Melly situation as she is now, that he hadn't complained about that. But they were both kind of lying to themselves about one another, because she was also on this tip of I'm the glue to this family. I hold everyone together and blah blah
Mhm.
blah. And that was the main part. That's what set the conversation off, was because he said, that was the main Melly that he liked the least, was history rewriting Melly, because
That was a good one.
I was like, 'cause I don't know if you were here when we were talking about that. It was like you just saw all these Barbie dolls of Melly
Yeah.
lined up, and history rewriting Melly, Malibu Melly, and
Yeah.
and so basically it's like she in that one sentence she just basically told like 4 lies altogether, and he's like, you haven't even been here, so how could you say that you were the glue to the family when you weren't actually here to hold
Yeah.
the family together, because you've been doing all this other stuff, to
Right.
avoid being the mom.
Hmm. So okay.
I agree, but she was never going to be Mother of the Year anyway. I mean, they established very early on that Melly was never the maternal type. I mean, for whatever reason, albeit because of the rape or whatever, but she was never, ever the maternal type to any of the kids. So when he
Right.
kind of, I felt like that was kind of below the belt when he was like, you haven't been here, you haven't been a mother. It was like she was never, ever, you established that she was
Yeah.
never the maternal type. So I felt that
Right.
one was below the belt.
But she was at least there for little Teddy though. Early, like the first few
When she
the
had him on her vagina,
the first
that was it.
the first few
She
the
didn't
first
care. And this child was stillborn.
right
She just literally pushed him out herself and was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
the
I don't
first
even care."
Remember the
first
photo shoot? She was like, here, take him. Ew.
Listen, she was
the
trying to
first
manipulate.
okay, the first few months of his life she was there, but then of course barely a year old, his brother, his older brother has died, and I think she just kind of gave up on everything at that point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I think they both made some valid points, and I don't care what a lot of people have said that
Baby Teddy has got to be like at least 2 years old now, or close
you
to
know,
it.
and I agree that Shane, are you back? Still no. So I agree that Fitz did read Melly for filth, but at the same time, Melly got that last dig in, and that was a cold blow for Fitz, because that brings back the whole idea of where it all began, where it all started with him. And as
Mm-hmm.
always, as she said, always, she will use Olivia as a weapon against him, and in that moment, she did
Hmm.
that, and that cut him, even though we as the audience may not have saw that or felt it immediately. That was a harsh dig right there.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Oh,
So,
I
yes.
mean, I
I
know
hear you, Shane.
I'm kind of late and I don't want to backtrack too much, but I actually wanted to ask a question. I was going to put in the comments. So, did we ask the question about the case of the week yet, or have we not got
Yeah,
there?
we haven't gotten
well,
there yet. We ain't even on question 3, and it's almost the end of the episode. So we're
Okay.
going
Well,
to we're going to
okay.
rapid fire this because we
Okay.
have like a couple minutes because I have to leave at
Okay.
9. All right. So if Fitz would if blank happened, if blank happened in the episode, it would have been so much better. What would have been what made episode? Y'all know what the heck I'm
if
asking
Okay.
y'all.
Okay.
if
I'm gonna
Jake
go.
if
Go ahead.
Jake had just opened his damn mouth, everything ready to tell somebody that he had some information that he had to share with them. It's like, dude, you sat down with Olivia at the very beginning. I have something to tell you. Her phone rings, and then okay, let me tell you this, and she immediately she goes, you know what, I gotta go. But I
Yeah.
mean, don't let people leave the room when you have something important to say. And then later on with Fitz, he comes, Mr. President, I have something important to tell you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
somewhere, I got somewhere else to be. And it's
Yeah.
like, but you have a file in your hand. Slap him with it. Tell him
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That was my thing. If that had happened, some other things might have happened, and I was satisfied with how it all turned out, because it was shocking, it was good, but at the same time, Jake, you're where you are because you didn't open your damn mouth.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is your if what moment, Shane? Because Langston just took up everybody's minutes.
You can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Yo, okay.
Now here you go.
We'll
Taking
we'll stop being happy and say what you gotta say.
What was the question?
Oh my God! Are you not paying attention?
If Blake would have happened, this would have been so much better.
The episode would have been perfect.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. You guys are not going to appreciate it, but if Olivia hadn't kissed Fitz, then I feel like it would have been so much better. But it's not because I think she's a perfect woman. I just I really want there to be a build of, okay, finally they're together. 3 weeks does not a long time make for.
It's been 3 weeks and 3 months. I need you to get on Scandal Time, sir. Even at least 2 months. It's been at least 2 months. I mean, still. But it's been a good minute that she's been having slang back drinks and vagina kisses by Jake. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm glad it grossed you out. That's why I said it.
real quick. Elde'a, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. My moment really quickly was if blank would have happened. If they would have taken the president's daughter's sex tape out, I thought they took that too far with the case of the week. I thought it would have it was good enough with her ditching the Secret Service and going to a party and like getting drunk. I didn't need the extra with like every worst thing that can happen. Oh, she's recognized. Oh, she has a sex tape. Oh, they could have took all that out for me.
Was it predictable to you? Was that predictable?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because like they kept doing everything that you thought they would do. So I was like, we don't really need to take it that far, do we? Come on.
Well, Langston did not if blank. It was the Fitz. If Fitz would have let Jake tell him the truth, that would have been perfect. And I already said that I felt like he was ruling with his ego again. What was the game-changing moment from last night's episode?
Well, the game changer was Rowan, of course.
I know, Papa Pope. Ooh,
Papa shut it. He shut it all down.
I know. I'm just not gonna mess with him because every time it's like every time you see Jake's like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Give me those files, David. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Young, gifted, and black.
Hey, I gotta tell you something.
The knife between his hands and said, "When you die, I will be standing over you." Like it's very clear.
Elde'a, Jaha, you all listen. Remember last season when Cyrus told Jake he may not have liked Rowan, but he respected Rowan because he got the job done. Now fast forward to season 4. Jake, he can't get the job done. He's always
in no way, shape, or form.
He can't get the job done. Hence, Secret Service on cue. Take him out.
You know, the game-changing moment for me last night was when Tom had his panties in a wad and turned informant, and it was like, well, not even informant, liar, and said that Jake was the one that had little Jerry killed. That was my game-changing moment. What was yours?
Jaha, can I ask you this question? I want to ask this to everybody. Do we really believe that Tom, who has been a steady Eddie for 4 seasons, all of a sudden didn't know what to do?
He didn't want to do. He didn't want to do. He didn't want to do.
No, I mean, no. I'm not.
But he worked for Papa Pope, and Papa Pope is command. So he knows Papa Pope don't play around. Like, he knows not to fuck with Papa Pope. So, yeah, I believe he was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Because especially when they gave him that speech about how you're his loose end. He's going to tie up all his loose ends. Tom started to think about that. I was like, oh, shit, you're right. Like,
Take it back. I'm not talking about that. I get the part about
Elde'a sat back like, don't play with me. You got too many.
No. I'm going to be real quick here. I'm not talking about the part where he's between a rock and a hard place. I'm talking about when command ordered him to kill Jake. Do we really believe that Tom could not have killed Jake if he really wanted to?
He could have, but I think Tom actually has a conscience. Tom is the one dude. Tom is the one dude that we actually once liked out of the
Love Tom.
out of the Secret Service, and they turned him into the monster. I wished it had been Hal. I really do. I wish
Hal
it
ain't
had
got
been
enough. No,
Blinky
Hal.
Hal.
Look, no, I needed it to be Blinky Hal because I hated him so much because he used to
Eyelash Hal. No.
give everyone away. I used to call him eye roll because it's like, dude, it's like every time Melly asked him a question, he was giving it away. So when, of course, they said it was an inside man, I said, it's Hal. It's Hal. But Shonda flipped it, and she said, no, it's Tom. And I said,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're wrapping this up. I'm gonna just give the comments, and then we're gonna go into Scandal Podcast After Dark. And if you don't know what Scandal Podcast After Dark, it is actually us on here talking about Scandal like we always do, but being unplugged and unfiltered. And we only have 5 minutes to get that done because I am leaving at 9 o'clock. Y'all thought I was playing. I'm not. So we are going to do that.
Just leave the computer on. We'll just go.
Now you're tripping. Let me finish.
Just leave the door unlocked.
In Harlem he actually say that, bro. We needed that kid. Someone get him a dinner plate. He skipped lunch and he's cranky. We understand, boo. Yeah, they talk about that. They're not playing things with you in the comments. Kamara Harrington says, actually, Langston, I agree with you, but the glue that keeps their family together is Olivia Pope. She has kept them together for the campaign, and because they have to deal with their grief and the rape. Yaya says that, yeah, Jake didn't try hard to tell Liv or Fitz about his information. He also didn't fight when they came to lock his ass up. Jake is too weak. Yes, girl, yes.
But Jake...
Nope. Then she laughed out loud at me. Then she said, me, Liv, and Fitz are still not together. Oh, fudge. I don't know what happened to that comment. Oh, there it is. Yaya says, Liv and Fitz are still not together. They had a moment. It's the start of the build-up. And then Gladiator and Hal says, man, listen, Hal over there eating chips in the corner watching everything going down like, glad it ain't me. And then we have Renee Deborah that says, all Fitz had to do was honor Melly's request to tell me when you see her. I think that was totally reasonable. And presumably she didn't have to tell him that request, especially when applied if he not only saw Olivia, but he brought her back into the White House. Well, he didn't have time.
But he didn't do it. He didn't do it, though. So,
that's right. Karen did.
Karen did it. He was telling the truth in my Maury voice.
He was like, I didn't call her.
Well, that's what it is. And let me see if I can get the rest of these comments in. Y'all are about to not have Scandal Podcast After Dark tonight. That's just real. I told y'all I had to go. Y'all just did not listen. So,
well, you know what? Just leave the podcast on. You go on and go. We'll lock up.
That's not how this
we'll lock up after you go.
Not at all. Then I have an 8-hour podcast I got to put up new. Mary Harrison says, can somebody help me with this? Why couldn't Tom yell? Oh, she already read that. So those are the comments that I see. I hope I answered all of those comments that we have for tonight. And we are, it said not stop Olivia when it seemed like she had to say something after she told me about Jake. I don't know if that was the comment I didn't read, but I hope that put it out there. So thank you all for listening to the Scandal Podcast. We are Elde'a, Langston, and our special guest. Tell them what your name is.
Shane B from TV.
So, all right.
Bye, everyone.